guys, you're watching Pirates Parley, and we are your band of pirateers.
Oh, that was weird.
So, you bought a pirate board game, you played it, and now you're hooked. Of course you want to have some friends over to play, but you want more than just another game night. You want a pirate night. Well, we're going to show you a few things we do to really set the mood.
First, we'll need some music. For the perfect pirate gaming night, you could just throw on some old Hans Zimmer. The Pirates of the Caribbean soundtracks are perfect to get things going. Or find a quick playlist on YouTube. Searching Pirate Tavern Music ought to do it.
If you're playing something heavy with a lot of rules to explain, then instrumental is probably what you need. But if it's smaller and faster, with a pub game feel to it, then a jolly band of pirate musicians could be just the thing to get your mugs swinging.
In which case, may we recommend Ye Banished Privateers. These guys are one of our favorite bands, and really enhance a session. Click on over to their page, and see if they're a good fit for your group. They have true pirate spirit, even while riding luggage carts in an airport. Ha ha ha! Pirate's life.
You could also go with Ailstorm, who even have their own official playmats.
Or the Dread Crew of Oddwood. Or our friends, the Pirates of Penryn. Or Tom Mason and the Blue Buccaneers. Now, who else am I forgetting?
How about To the Bottom of the Sea by Aurelio Voltaire?
All right, him. So much to choose from. If you can't decide on what music to use, check out Scoundrels Inn, which is essentially a pirate music radio station. I'm sure you'll find your perfect fit there.
Now take a second to look around for some decor.
An easy start is hanging some flags. Most of ours came from eBay, Amazon, or local festivals.
Maybe some netting, or other such nautical trappings.
Barnacles!
Got swords? Bring 'em out. Ours are from Craigslist.
But our favorite decorations are skulls and full skeletons. They really make the place extra cheery.
We find it best to stock up on these guys the day after Halloween.
If you have some spare game boards from piratey games, tack them up or find a frame. These were extras, and they had the right look, so up they went. But honestly, the bulky frames aren't great for gameplay, so they're just for looks.
Now dim the lights and get some candles going.
But keep them a safe distance from your play area. You don't want to get wax on your nice clean game board.
Hunt up a few atmospheric candelabras. We find lots of them at thrift stores. Or if you prefer a good drip-free battery-powered alternative, we plundered these from Amazon. They really sell the look.
Incense and scented candles are also a good way for you to create atmosphere for your group.
Pewter cups are good replacements for your party soda cans. We're always on the hunt for these as we go thrifting. But if they're used, make sure they can be cleaned properly and don't leak, especially those glass-bottomed ones. Many of these cups are engraved with initials or occasions. We've covered some with chainmail or leather, but they're fine either way.
Oh, and the hats! Don't forget the hats!
And we're off to step 2. Step 2 is to give your game some period upgrades. If you want to feel like you're rolling dice in an ancient tavern, those little sandwich baggies have to go. Here's some good solutions to stock up on. You can avoid token piles by hunting up cups or bowls at the thrift shop, or any place you can find them. Anytime you see something pewter, brass, or wood, imagine it filled with tokens.
Cups and bowls, plates and trays, they can all come in handy, depending on what you need. So collect as many as you can. Some serving trays have several compartments to separate the elements.
Your gaming bits stay organized and look great on the table.
Things are pirating up nicely, matey.
Always keep your eye out for wooden boxes and chests. What better place to store your loot? Some of these will even continue to be useful as storage. If the price is right, grab it.
Pouches and bags are must-haves. You always end up needing these for something.
Be it for small amounts of dice or large amounts of tiles, these take up lots of table space when unpouched, so bag them up.
Carcassonne and Castle Panic are two games that just work better with the storage pouch.
And sometimes you need a better one than it came with.
So make it a cool one.
In some games, you may wish to swap your player token for a more eccentric one to reflect your personal piratical style.
You know, growing up, we had shelves full of miniatures to use for games. Mostly for Monopoly. But this was the best thing about those games. You never had to be the shoe. Not when you could be...
Pirate Snoopy.
Or Captain Morgan. These were keychains we promoted to character movers. Though this one we chose to reinforce by gluing him to a doubloon.
Some Pez dispensers make good pieces. You just have to remove their heads, obviously.
How piratey is that?
Also look for appropriately scaled toys, even cake toppers. Or if the adults be playing a party game, little airplane bottles of booze work with many boards. Bet you didn't know that. As far as other token upgrades, you can get plastic or glass gems for cheap. Check local craft stores, flower arrangement sections of retail stores, or Amazon. These can replace those awkward cardboard tokens.
Here's a few games to keep your eye out for, if you can find them cheap or used, which are good for all sorts of parts and pieces. Dread Pirate, Piratology, and Pirates 3-in-1. Just make sure that no one's stolen all the coin checkers out, because that's really what you want. And of course, always consider any copies of regular Pirates of the Caribbean Liar's Dice that you encounter. They have very thematic cups and dice.
Now, game board upgrades are less common. In some cases, the file section of Board Game Geek is all you need.
This map is actually a game board for Munchkin Booty. It was made by the user WebCudgel, and you can print it out with no additional effort and play your game on a proper treasure map.
Though we tweaked ours in Photoshop and framed it, but it's still his design. Have ye a 3D printer, or perhaps access to one? Then fly, don't walk over to Thingiverse and type in the name of your game into the search bar. Or stick to keywords. There's plenty of piratey objects for all occasions.
Specifically, you can obtain ports for merchants and marauders, shipboards for Tortuga 1667, player boards for Red Dragon Inn, deck boxes for Pirate Flux, as well as other versions, plus dice towers, box inserts, and all sorts of handy gaming things.
In fact, if you've any 3D skills, you can craft your own. If you have no access to a printer, check Etsy or eBay. The modern pirate has many resources to enjoy. And you can score wood or bronze filament for a more authentic feel.
Feelin' crafty? Instead of replacing parts, you can improve your existing ones with just a coat of paint. We painted this fleet for merchants and marauders, but it won't take you long on Google to see a whole world of brilliant painters with plenty of advice.
Even if you just pick up some cheap craft paint, it'll get you started. And you can always remove it later to try again after you master the techniques.
The effort you put in makes the game more personal and more stunning.
Now for the best part. Coins. Metal coins feel good in hand. The clink evokes old world pubs and mead halls in a way that cardboard just cannot.
There are so many ways to begin a metal coin collection. I keep every golden American dollar that I can find, as well as Susan B. Anthony's, and even the odd 50-cent piece. They're good in a pinch and fun to spend at Renaissance fairs afterward. Not to mention foreign coins. Wherever you make port, odds are that coins from other countries will look unfamiliar to you. So keep a few of these around.
Amazon has many types of doubloons as well. Type pirate coins into the search bar and begin drooling. Many are reasonably priced, while others are more deluxe.
The aforementioned game Dread Pirate is fantastic for coins, and the 2 editions of the game grants you 2 different sizes of coins. Norse Foundry makes coins for various gaming uses, largely role-playing. But we find their pirate set to be perfect for merchants and marauders. They come in 1, 5, 10, 25, and 100 denominations. Campaign Coins is also known to make some quality strikes. Their Red Dragon Inn coin set is a classy addition to game night. If you have a mind to drop some coin on some coins, the above-mentioned artisans are the best places to start.
Then mix them up with your cups and pouches, and you're set to impress.
So now you've set the scene and laid out your props to show that you take this gaming business seriously. Now you're ready to entertain your guests the pirate way. But what happens afterward? How do you one-up that?
Well, the next step separates the fanatics from the fans, because it's time to invade that game. What this means is to try out some fan-made variants, house rules, maybe come up with a few of your own.
The print and play world allows you to interact with your favorite games in new and creative ways. Because after you've played a game a few times, you might as well try something new.
Now, this doesn't have to be as dramatic as it sounds. And know that if it weren't for our respect for the designers and their work, we wouldn't be playing at all. Having said that, I think the fans are a creative lot as well. And they've come up with a good idea or two. Ideas that don't undo the original experience.
Every time we play a new game, I head straight for the files section of The Geek to check for rewritten rules sheets and resources. But after we get the hang of the game, I dive deeper to see what the players have come up with. That's where you can hope to find solo variants for games with no single-player mode, or fan-made scenarios, or new characters. How else are you going to get a campaign mode for zombie dice, or a Lord of the Rings theme for a legendary deck-building game? In fact, Merchants and Marauders is a classic example of a heavily fan-customized experience. Players have added new expansions and missions, also historical captain cards, as well as characters from Pirates of the Caribbean, Assassin's Creed, Monkey Island, Black Sails, and more. In fact, the custom captain card template is available for you to download and create your own cards. For instance, check out this Captain Crunch card. His ability is that sugar is in demand in every port. Clever.
When your guests return to play again, they may find that you've turned their Facebook profile pictures into playable captains. They'll love it. Or they'll be seriously creeped out by it.
Since we've been known to invade many of our games in the past, we couldn't resist getting in on the action, and we made some cards for ourselves as well. Though I'd like to take a moment to mention that the artwork for these cards was provided by Joe Flood, the artist of the short-lived Pirates of the Caribbean comic book series. So, if you collect the art, I'd do some business with this gentleman while you can.
Every castle should have a collection of fine artwork.
Another game that's been adopted by fan-made creators is the Pirates of the Spanish Main constructible ship game. Fans have added campaigns and custom ships, and there's a decent community of players despite the game having been out of print for years now.
Love Letter is a game that's inspired several rethemed versions, though mostly this has involved just replacing the artwork.
Button Men has also seen a lot of modification over the years. In fact, there's an ambitious new endeavor happening right now on the Print and Play Facebook group called Battles in Space, which is worthy of note, but that's another story.
Some games even encourage the players to get creative. Many versions of Munchkin come with empty cards for you to fill in your own text. And Lumilab sells packs of Flux blanks so you can sharpen your brilliant ideas right on them.
The Pirate Republic includes a few blank cards also, as does Skull King, although they're more intended to create replacement cards for ones you've lost. But since when do pirates perfectly follow the rules?
There's just so many ways to get more game out of your game. We hope you've gotten a few ideas for planning a proper pirate gaming night, as well as plotting a course for even better ones in the future.
Many gamers play to immerse themselves deeply in a theme. And if pirate be your fandom, then to you we say, yo-ho!
We'd like to thank everyone for stopping in for the Old Pirates Parley, and invite you to check us out on your social gathering site of choice, that being Facebook, Twitter, and or Instagram.
And as always, if you want a real look behind the curtain of our tomfoolery, then our Patreon is where you must sail. So much behind the scenes and glimpses into future content, it's ridiculous. But until next time, I was Captain Shinbones.
And I, Commodore Bottlescotch, the one and only. And we'll see you next time for more. Have a great pirate game night, mateys.
Yar har!
swinging we must go.
Hey guys, you're watching Pirates Party. Thanks for tuning in. See you in a show. Stay. Keep looking out for our 4th album that we're recording right now. Hey!